A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development amidst ongoing tensions between Russia and Ukraine, the European Union is considering a controversial plan to utilize frozen Russian assets to support Ukraine's struggling economy and military. As the war enters its fourth year, Ukraine faces a staggering budget deficit of 135.7 billion euros, prompting EU leaders to propose tapping into the approximately 210 billion euros in Russian assets currently frozen in Europe. The plan is set to be discussed at the upcoming Brussels summit next week, but it has already sparked outrage from Moscow, which has labeled the proposal an act of theft. Russia's central bank has announced plans to sue Euroclear, the Belgian bank where a large portion of these assets are held, raising questions about the legality and implications of the EU's strategy. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed strong support for the plan, arguing that it is only fair for Russia to contribute to rebuilding the devastation it has caused. He stated, "It's only fair that Russia's frozen assets should be used to rebuild what Russia has destroyed, and that money then becomes ours." German Chancellor Friedrich Merz echoed this sentiment, emphasizing that these assets would enable Ukraine to defend itself against future attacks. However, Belgium, which holds a significant amount of these frozen assets, is wary of potential legal repercussions and financial risks. Belgian Prime Minister Bart De Wever has outlined a series of conditions that must be met before his country will support the reparations plan, warning that Belgium could be left with an enormous bill if the situation deteriorates. Euroclear's CEO Valérie Urbain has also raised concerns about the potential destabilization of the international financial system if the assets are accessed. The EU is currently exploring two proposals to provide Ukraine with the necessary funds. One involves raising money through capital markets backed by the EU budget, while the other would involve loaning cash from the frozen Russian assets. The latter option, however, poses significant challenges, as it requires unanimous approval from EU leaders, a feat complicated by objections from Hungary and Slovakia. Amidst these discussions, the EU's executive body has indicated that it is working to address Belgium's concerns and has proposed guarantees to protect the country from potential losses. In a key move, EU ambassadors are expected to agree to immobilize Russia's central bank assets in Europe indefinitely, which would alleviate some of Belgium's fears regarding the risks associated with these assets. Nevertheless, the urgency of the situation is palpable, as several EU member states emphasize the need for a swift resolution. With the stakes higher than ever, the outcome of the summit could have far-reaching implications for both Ukraine's future and the EU's relationship with Russia. Meanwhile, the geopolitical landscape continues to shift as concerns grow about the US's potential plans for Russia's frozen assets, adding another layer of complexity to an already fraught situation. As the clock ticks down to the summit, all eyes will be on Brussels as leaders grapple with the challenges of supporting Ukraine while navigating the treacherous waters of international relations. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.